like Kat always says, no risk it, no biscuit. She says that every day. Sometimes out of context, it doesn't make any sense. But she loves that saying.
So this is our first, you guys are our first episode of Home Stories.
Yes.
Want another one?
So why don't you just tell us about your family and tell us the story of your home?
Yeah. So Kat and I, we've been married for 12 years. Mm-hmm. We met in college, and we've in those 12 years we've moved a lot. But we have two wonderful kids. We have Audrey, who's 6 years old. We have Harding, who's 4 years old, and we've been in our current house for almost a year now. It was like a year ago. Yeah, it was a year ago now that we actually started the whole process of getting it, which is pretty cool.
Where were you before? And you said it's been a year. Why did you guys move?
Well, it came about really randomly because we weren't looking to move and we weren't looking for a new house. But our friend Whitney LaRoe, who lives across the street over there, just randomly, well, Jess, our next door neighbor, messaged everyone in our Bible study, women's Bible study group, and she was like, hey, the house next to me, they're thinking of selling, and I didn't think anything of it because we had already put it off the table that we were not going to like move anytime soon.
The idea of buying a house and moving terrified me to no end.
For what reasons?
It is just so stressful and complicated. It is incredibly complicated. I just think that as I looked into the process, there's so many things I don't understand. I like interest rates, and there's tons of paperwork, and I feel like I'm signing my life away. And I just imagine a horror thing like, oh, I will buy a house and it will light on fire, or it will just fill with water, or something will break and I won't know how to fix it.
Right.
And so we were kind of comfortable. We had a house, and
we had a plan.
We had a plan.
Yeah, we were paying off student loan debt.
Yeah.
So we didn't expect to get another house until after the debt was done. We've been pretty aggressively paying it off for, at that point, like 5 years.
Yeah.
So we were just waiting till that was all done.
Mm-hmm.
So Jess tells us that the house is going up for sale. Then Whitney LaRoe calls me and she says, Kat, this is your house. You've got to come look at it. Come walk through it with me. And Whitney is just really enthusiastic about things. And I was like, there's no way Tom's going to go for that. So I called Tom because he's out of town on work. And I'm like, hey, Whitney says that we need to see this house. I don't know why she thinks it would be for us. Do you want me to go look at it? And he was like, well, how much does Whitney think we could sell our house for? And she said something like 140.
I was like, go look at the house. Go look at the house right now. I was like, do it.
So I came with Whitney, and we couldn't get in. We just walked around the house, and as soon as I got here, because it has that big welcome sign on it.
Oh, you didn't put that in?
No, that's been here
for
several years.
That felt very you.
Yeah, I know. That's why
welcome.
it felt like my house, like just seeing it and walking around it. And I told Tom, I was very non-committal about it and was just like, hey, this could happen. If you want me to like move forward, I will without you while you're out of town.
Yeah.
So that was a Saturday that happened, and on Monday, I had our house ready for photographs, and Whitney came in with a photographer.
By herself. Yeah,
Yeah, I
she'd
got the
moved
house
half
ready.
of our house into the garage
Yep.
and then cleaned what was left, and then Whitney took pictures and we listed it on Monday.
Oh my
And
god.
sold it.
I've got a feeling I'm onto something. Wings growing on my back, and the bliss that I feel when I think back and I check myself in the mirror. Wrinkles next to my eyes, laughing without a doubt.
But it was like, for us, we bought our house for the first. We have a neighborhood that we live in and we love, and all of our friends from college and extended friends after that, we like friends from church. We all bought houses. There's about 13 of us in the same neighborhood, and it was so important to stay here. And so to find a house that was in the same neighborhood, literally right next door to some of our closest friends. They have kids our kids' ages. And it was just this amazing price. It was just this huge blessing
Yeah.
that we just went after, and we just said, I think we both just said, it's a great opportunity. Let's just start sprinting. And if it works out, great. And I was terrified the entire time. I was like, so we started listing our house before we were sure we could get this house.
Right.
So I'm literally looking at the paperwork going, with the timetable here, we could be homeless.
Yeah.
And we could sell our house and then not have a house. But it was kind of like Kat always says, no risk it, no biscuit. She says that every day. Sometimes out of context, it doesn't make any sense. But she loves that saying. And in that time, it made a lot of sense. I was like, we do have to we have to extend our risk profile, our ability to take risk and handle risk, because it's such a great opportunity to be in our neighborhood in a house that we can be in forever, right next door to like great friends, where it'll be like, these will be our kids' childhood friends growing up, and the kids don't have to leave school. It's just this amazing opportunity that we just said, let's just start sprinting and go for it. And we did from day one. Even when I was out of town, she was prepping the house and getting it all ready. Yeah.
So it sounds like you weren't looking for it. It's just the opportunity arose.
Yeah.
And then you went totally after it.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell me, let's talk about the house itself. It's, it sounds like the biggest reason was the community.
Yeah.
And the location right next to your friends.
Yeah.
Which you were already close. How far away was your other house?
It was a quarter mile.
Right.
Just around the corner.
Right down the street.
So,
It's that one right there.
but to get next door is even
Yeah.
more
Even closer.
amazing.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that lifestyle when you can live around friends that close. Like, what does that mean for you guys on a day in, day out, week in, week out basis for you?
Well, community has been incredibly important in our lives. One of the biggest areas that we saw the need for community was our son Harding was born with congenital heart disease. So when he was in utero, he was diagnosed with a really rare heart disease, and he's 4 now, and he's had 3 open heart surgeries, and he's had another surgery on top of that. And there was a time where we were basically living in the hospital, and he was in continuous ICU care, and we weren't sure how things were going to go. But for our that's Harding right now, actually. There he is. You can see he's got a fighting spirit. Yeah. So when we were in and out, and we were in the toughest part of that, where we were living in the hospital, our community was watching our other child, Audrey, so we had a lot of childcare. And what's really cool is one of the main people who was watching her and taking responsibility for that became her kindergarten teacher. And when she eventually went to school. But they were providing meals for us. and just-
Remodeled our house.
yeah, they came in and did a lot of remodeling and donated a lot of stuff to us. They raised money for Harding's medical bills.
Yeah.
And so staying in this community was just really, really important. Just because of that and many other things. Just
Yeah.
like there's weekly meals, there's a neighborhood preschool that we rally all the kids together for. There's weekly Bible studies and community meetings. And
As far as being right next door to somebody, Jess is the wife that lives over there. She sends her kids over when she's making dinner, and I send my kids over when I'm making dinner. Her oldest girl comes over and tutors Audrey for an hour once a week. We utilize each other's backyards. They have a pool, and we've got like a full yard with a playground, so we just send our kids into each other's backyards all the time. And childcare, obviously, for when we need it. So it's been really, life-changing. That sounds like weird, I guess, to be life-changing just by moving someplace else. But yeah, it has been. It's been great.
Well, it's fascinating because there's so many benefits to community. It's not all easy.
No.
Either.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily just the makeup of the house of why this home is like your home, which is interesting. You know, it's the people who are around you. That said, I would love to go through the house and you guys show me beyond the location what you fell in love with, what works really well for your family, anything you guys have done specifically for your needs. Or stuff that you're like, oh, we want to get this, once we knock out the school debt, we're going to do this project or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If that's cool with anyone.